Hey everyone, it's Olivia Logsden, and today I'm going to be reading Winx Book 3, Chapter 1, and I'm so excited to jump straight into this. I finished writing this book, like, at the end of the school year, back in May, and I've been editing like crazy. I've been doing the art for it. I'm still working on the art. I was hoping that I would finish it before I was able to read the book to you, but I did not. So I'm just going to go ahead and get through the reading. I'm still working on the art. I have a couple more outfits left. I don't know how many, but it is still a lot. But anyway, let's jump straight into this. Chapter 1, I will explain things of why I changed things a certain way from the series or from the original series, the cartoon. And throughout the book, from chapter 1 to chapter 10, there will be scenes that I will take from the Netflix Winx Saga and show you guys because they did a really great job capturing that scene. So let's jump straight into it. So, first off, let's read. If she has chosen to go forward, you must let her do it. Perhaps she will be the one to close the gate. Perhaps this act of sacrifice is her destiny. This is Tabaka, the Wise from Winx Club. Here we go. Magic is linked to emotion. Could be good thoughts, could be bad, love, hatred, fear. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the magic. And that's Stella from Fate the Winx Saga. Let's get into our cast. So the general cast is still the same. Bloom Peters, Abigail Crowan, Stella, Hannah Van Deer Western, Flora, Paulina Chavez, Musa, Alicia Applebaum. And please, no comments about the cast. I think all these people did an excellent job playing these characters on the live action. They did a great job capturing them from the cartoon. I know that Musa technically should be represented by an Asian person, but she still did a great job. And season 2, book 2, connected her to Asian culture. So, yeah. Anyway, continuing. Sage Tekna, played by Michelle Sieber. Princess Aisha, Precious Mufasa, Prince Guy, Danny Griffin, Prince Brandon, Leo Howard, Ribbon, Thready Formp, Timothy, Gliffen Gutt, Helia Silva, Aaron Bernards, Naboo, David Incano, I might be saying that last name wrong, Beatrix Sadie Silverall, Stormy, Beatrix Storm, Sadie Silverall, Darcy, Joey King, Isabel Ice, Catherine Newton, Princess Olivia, Princess Barzona, Princess Daphne, Peyton List, Valtor, who is the villain for season 3, is Eneka, I might be saying this guy's name wrong, Hardwick. I'm probably saying that wrong. Sorry if I am. Farrah Dowling is played by E. Bess. Saul Silva. Robert James Collider. Giselda B. Newman. Professor Paladine. Cody Fern. Professor Salandine. Tony Lagois. Professor Avalon. Henry Cavill. Professor Dune Forth, Gemma Chan, Griffin, Helen Marion, Queen Samaria, Amy Adams, Queen Andor, Jason Manoa, King Radius, Seth Green, Countess Cassandra, Catherine Hahn, Kimera, Michaela Z, King Tenor, Cress Williams, Queen Noble, Lupe Naja. I'm saying that last name wrong. It's right here. I'm definitely saying it wrong. I'm not even going to attempt the last name. Princess Tessa, Kylie Central. Princess Esperora is Natalie Allen. And this person does not appear. Kimmy, Isabel May, Alice, Brenda DeMarca, Kachachi, these names, Lee Rosher, Lonnie, Isabel Mercy, Celia, Jenny Ross, Miles Turnit, and Maya Cynthia Arriba. So, stacked cast. It really is stacked. There is a lot of people in season 3. I have 103 pages in this book in total. I'm not even kidding with y'all. I do have that many. But let's get straight into chapter 1. The Princess Ball, which is named after and based after which is named after and based after this episode right here. Probably these first 2 episodes is what this episode is based off of. This episode right here. Now, okay, so let's get started. Valtor is narrating the creation of the fairy world. Flashbacks are shown as he speaks. So the person who's playing Valtor, right, so that you guys can get a picture in his head. It's the same guy who played him in Winx Saga. I just felt like he did such a great job pulling off this manipulative mischief person to Bloom. He very much captured the villain-esque of the character. So that's why I kept him. Okay. So this is with him and Isabel. You've heard the story before. The great fairy was given the power of creation by the creator. With the power, she created fairy world. But every kingdom, every building was made by someone else or something else. The kingdom of Domino was created by the great dragon who had a powerful flame. He gave this flame to the queen of Domino, and the queen passed it on to her daughter. What does this have to do with who you are? Interrupted Icy, as she was getting bored of hearing a story she had already heard many times beforehand. I'm getting there, Isabel. Patience. What the great dragon did not know about his flame was that it had a darkness to it, an untamed nature about it. So one day, when the great dragon was flying over a large cannon, a spark of his uncontrollable flame fell into the canyon. 3 ancestry witches found this spark and created 3 children from it. Me, Valtor, Andreas, my brother, and Queen Crystalis, your mother. So I guess correctly. So you came from the 3 ancestral witches. Yes, your ancestors created my siblings and me to be the most powerful blood witches, but unfortunately only one of us possessed the darkness of the flame. Andreas became a storm fairy. He could not perform a single spell and had no ounce of darkness in him. Crystal, on the other hand, could do magic, specifically ice magic, but still no darkness was in her. I was the only one who had darkness. And so, because my siblings had no darkness, they were cast out. Crystal, you know her story. She became Queen of Diamond, while Andreas started a family. I lost touch with my siblings when they were cast out. I wanted to stay in touch with them, but it didn't help that half the time I was on a mission with the love of my life, Clara Griffin. You knew Griffin before she started Cloud Tower, the school for witches? Yes, indeed, I did know her. I met her after the Kingdom of Diamond had been destroyed. I was there hoping to find my sister, but instead Clara had revealed to me that my sister died. But her daughter survived. I left you in the care of Andreas. Clara wanted revenge against the fairies, so I allowed her to join me in my conquest of conquering all the kingdoms of Fairy World. When we got to Domino, though, Clara realized this was not her purpose. So she betrayed me and handed me over to the Company of Light. I was locked away in the Omega Realm, while the ancestral witches were locked away in the Realm of Darkness. Now that I am free, thanks to you, Isabel, it's time we set things right for every witch. Will you join me? Yes, answered Icy proudly. Meanwhile, the Winx bond in their suite while getting ready for the Princess Ball at the Kingdom of Solaris. So the Princess Ball, I had no idea that I found this out like after I had already written the chapters and I wasn't going to go back and change it. I had no idea that the Princess Ball was technically in honor of Stella's birthday. I did not know that at all. But this is more of, in my version, it's not her birthday. It's more of just like a celebration of the king being engaged and honoring Stella. So that's what it is. Okay. Sorry, they're in the suite. Oh my gosh, are you the one person in the universe who has never read Harry Potter? Please, if you knew how many hours I have wasted on story hack quizzes. The lives we live at Alfea are way better than any fictional wizard school, interjected Stella as she popped her head out of her room to give her input. True. Anyway, Bloom, out of curiosity, Ravenclaw, sometimes Slytherin, yeah. That explains the lies then. Let me guess, Gryffindor? That explains the judgment. Hey, Aisha. Don't mean to stop your conversation midway about the different wizard houses, but did you ever find a swimming area nearby? Because if not, Flora might know of a spot since you grew up around here. Thanks for suggesting. And no, I haven't. So, Flora, do you know if this place has a pool? I know it's weird for me to ask. I should know since it's my second year. Don't worry about it. That go with me. Oh, don't worry about not knowing. Last year was full of crazy stuff. I'm surprised we're all able to pass. Anyway, I still can't believe you swim twice a day, every day, Aisha. Yeah, I know, but I am a water fairy. Well, to answer your question about nearby swimming area, the only thing close is the pond where the specialist trains, but no one swims there, at least not on purpose. Answer Flora. Well, thanks for answering the question. Thanks anyway for the information. Hey, Stella, out of curiosity, who else coming to this princess ball? Well, mainly princesses and kings and queens from the from the 15 kingdoms, some nobles and countesses. Oh, and get this, my mom and dad are both going to be there. I don't know the last time I saw them together. Well, that's great news, Stella. Meanwhile, in the next building over, Red Fountain, the specialists train in the courtyard area. Various one-on-one fighting are happening. Someone even gets kicked into the pond. Riven and Sky practice fighting each other while talking about girls. I don't know, man. There's just something about her, exclaimed Riven, referring to a girl who got in his head last year. What do you mean? I thought you didn't like her. You said, and I quote, she's nosy and annoying, recalled Sky as he pointed a stick sword at his face, but Riven blocks the stick with his. They block each other's swords, and neither one of them land a single hit on each other. At one point during the fight, Sky holds down Riven's stick sword with his and says, "What is with you and the crazy ones?" Riven removes his sword from under Sky and elbows him in the side. Sky steps away in pain as he defends himself. How do you know she's crazy? I'm not talking about going after someone like Beatrix, Darcy's sister. I'm talking about someone completely different. It's another mind fairy. They're all crazy. You said that they're walking red flags, said Sky as he starts to fight back. Again, well, people can change their minds, said Riven as he blocks Sky's sword several times, but Sky was still the better fighter. Sky knocks Riven's sword out of his hand, then knocks Riven to the ground. I win, only because I let you. Yeah, right. Riven and Sky sit at the edge of the platform and rest. Speaking of Beatrix, do you really think she's coming back to Althea? It's only a rumor, but it sounds like she is. Plus, it makes a lot of sense. The tricks are broken up. Darcy's looking for her parents. We have no idea where Isabel is, and Beatrix might be able to give us some insight on what Isabel is planning, explained Sky. You're probably right. Dolly might be okay with letting Beatrix back into the school. Then again, she and her sisters did mess up Bloom's first year at Althea. True. And her second. Technically, I should have added that in, but not going to. In Headmistress Jolly's office, Beatrix meets with her to discuss returning to Althea. Griselda and Olivia hang out in the background looking over student files. Beatrix, tell me why I should let you back into Althea after being constantly one of the villains for the past 2 years. I'm a powerful fairy, but I have flaws. I'm still learning to control. And I admit I have made mistakes, but I was led astray by my sister Isabel. I believed that my siblings and I were doing something good for witches, but we weren't. I have no idea where Isabel is, but I can help you find her. Besides, you made a promise that you would help the witches find their parents that they were taken from. Well, I'm looking for my parents. Well, as to the matter of your parents, your mother is a mystery, and your father is a storm fairy named Andreas. But I have no idea where he is. So you did find out who our parents are. I did, yours and Isabel's. But I couldn't find out who Darcy's is. Although I have a pretty good idea who knows every parent of the witches that were taken. The one who started it all, Clara Griffin. You're probably right about that. But no one knows where Griffin is. I mean, Darcy is trying to find her because she thinks Griffin can provide insight on the whole situation. But even Darcy is struggling to find her. I can't find her either. I think it's time we admit that Clara has truly gone into hiding. And maybe that's a good thing. There was a moment of silence as Farah tried to decide if letting Beatrix back into Althea would be a good idea. Beatrix, you're a difficult case. I can't tell if you're on our side or not, but I did like how you helped the girls find Lord Darkar so that they could rescue Bloom. Well, Stella is quite persuasive. That she is. I will allow you back into Althea, but you will be on probation watch, and you'll be lumped with the 2 years instead of the 3rd years. Understand? I understand how, Mistress Darling. Thank you for this opportunity. You're welcome. Gisella, please show Beatrix to her new room. Yes, sir. She and Beatrix walk out of the office. Once gone, Olivia steps forward to discuss other matters. Well, that was interesting. Yes, it was. Anyway, are there any other matters I need to attend to? What do you know about Naboo? She sat down and looked over Naboo's file. Just that he is a noble from Andreos, a talented light fairy, and apparently Aisha's betrothed. But she doesn't know that. Why do you ask? Because it says here on his file that he wants to attend both the special school and the fairy school. You haven't let anyone do that since Prince Joshua and myself. Well, that was because your mother insisted that I let you and Joshua attend both the schools. Normally I don't allow that because both schools teach very different things. Well, you should meet with him to discuss that. And I will. Is that all? It is. Good. You can go, Olivia. Bye. Said Olivia as she left the office. Meanwhile, the girls were ready to leave in the car for the ball. They were waiting for Stella, who was on the phone with her dad in the room. Musa walked back to the suite to check on if Stella was ready to leave. Okay, Dad, I'll see you at the ball, said Stella in an upset voice as she ended the call. Musa walked into the room calmly as Stella turned around to greet her. You okay? I just found out my mom is actually not coming to the princess ball because my dad is about to marry someone who is not my mom. He's going to announce who the person is at the ball. You want to talk about it? I guess I should start from the beginning. Everything was fine at first. I lived a somewhat happy childhood, but you have no idea what it's like to grow up with parents who constantly fight behind closed doors. The day my parents officially got divorced was the worst day of my life. My mom still lives in the castle, just in a separate room from my dad, but she became the former queen of Solaria because she married into the family. My dad is still the king of Solaria because he was the prince. If my dad marries this new woman, I may never see my mom again. She'll be forced out of the kingdom entirely. I will never be able to look up to my parents and see a successful relationship. That's messed up still. Do you still want to go to the princess ball? I should still go. I should still try and be there for my dad. At least try and be somewhat happy for him. But I don't know if I can handle it. So what do you want to do? I guess I'll go because that would be the right thing to do, answered Stella. As she and Musa left the suite, they joined Bloom, Aisha, Flora, and Tekna in the car. Once all together, the driver takes the girls to the Kingdom of Solaria. Meanwhile, Beatrix settles into her new suite. She is roommates with 5 other girls who are Kimmy, Alice, Kajina, Lonnie, and Celia. Beatrix sits on the edge of her bed as she unzips her luggage. She can overhear the other girls talking about her. I heard our new roommate used to be a blood witch. I heard she's constantly switching sides between good and bad. Wasn't she the one of the main witches who attacked Althea? What was that Mistress Darling thinking? Letting her back into Althea. What's worse, she's our roommate. Ugh, this is going to be a fun year. This is probably part of her plan. Convince everyone she's changed, so Dowling will let her back into the school, and then when no one's looking, she steals something important and brings it back to whatever evil mastermind she's working for this time. Well, we'll stop her before she ever has a chance to execute her plan. Beatrix stopped what she was doing and walked out of her room. She knew it was time to put an end to this gossip. It's cute. You fairies think you stand a chance against me. Let me make one thing clear. I am more powerful than all of you combined. Also, let me set something straight. I'm not working for some evil mastermind this time. I'm actually here to help the students of Althea. And I'm here for myself. So don't even think about getting in my way or talking about me behind my back, because I can hear you, exclaimed Beatrix. She turned around and walked back into her room. Beatrix decided to call Darcy to check with her progress on finding Griffin. Hey, Beatrix, all settled in Althea yet? Questioned Darcy as she answered the phone call in the woods. Almost. I just had to take a break from unpacking to set some roommates straight. 6 girls in an enclosed place, and they all hate me. Maybe we'll descend into a Lord of the Flies situation. Possibly kill each other. I'm only joking, though. Well, it's only the first day. Look, this is a fresh start. You girls will learn to get along. I hope. Me too. Anyway, how's the progress going on finding Griffin? I haven't made any progress on finding Griffin yet. She's out there somewhere. Yeah, well, I haven't found her. I think it's safe to confirm that she's been in hiding since the day she gave that speech at the banquet. So you're giving up? I'm not giving up. I'm just saying that continuing this search would be pointless if Griffin wanted to be found. She would have been found by now. I guess you make a good point. What will you do now? I don't know, find Icy and my parents, I guess. I guess I'll do the same. In the forest, Darcy is, someone is watching her behind a bush. The person steps on a stick. Darcy hears a crack. Hey, I gotta go. I think someone's watching me. Okay, be safe, sis. You too, said Darcy. As she ended the call, Darcy puts her phone and gets in a fighting position as she yells, "Who's there? I know someone's there. I heard you. So why don't you make this easier on both of us and just come out?" The person steps out from behind the bush, revealing who they are. You finally found me. Griffin? What a surprise. Where have you been hiding? Oh, you know, here, there, everywhere, answered Griffin, not wanting to give the exact spot away. Anyway, what do you want, Darcy? How do you know I want something? Obviously you want something from me, otherwise, why would you be looking for me? You have to know something about who mine and Stormy's parents are, assumed Darcy. I know Stormy's, but yours is a mystery. Darcy senses that Griffin isn't telling the full truth. You're lying. No, I'm telling the truth. I don't know who your parents are. Fine. You won't tell me? I'll find out on my own. I don't need you. You needed me when you were a kid. I don't need you anymore, said Darcy as she teleported away from Griffin. Meanwhile, the Winx arrive at the Kingdom of Solaria for the Princess Ball. And that is the end of Chapter 1. Chapter 2, I will be reading next, and that will be out for you guys tomorrow. Chapter 1 was really hard for me to write in some areas. It mainly because I'm thinking about how the tricks are separated, and the reason why I did that was because, as in book 2, it was established that they got into a big fight, and so moving into book 3, I had to read I had to show them in separate places. Darcy and Beatrix are still on good terms, but Isabel has gone down a path of evil. And it's hard to say whether Beatrix and Darcy are going to follow after her and still be villains, or are they going to try and continue down the path of good? I don't know. They're not in season 4. Guess we'll find out. But that is all I have for you guys today. Bye!